So what's happening, everybody? It's Lance with Streetwise. I'm here with my good buddy Sparticus Durant. Sparticus Durant is a OG tattoo artist from the DFW area. Absolutely crushes it. A lot of the work I have on my body has been done by Sparticus. After Troll passed away, Sparticus kind of jumped in and tattooed me quite a bit, so it's been pretty badass. So he stopped by today to hang out and talk about some projects he has working on. So I figured before talking, let's sit down and talk. So what's happening, dude? How you been?
Been good, been good. Just nose down, grindstone as always, man. Trying to push, push, push.
I love it. I think we're always doing that.
You have to be. I mean, the day you let up is the day you just need to quit.
I know. I know. I call you sometimes, and you're grinding away tattooing. You call me. I'm up here running ragged. We've collabed on some projects too in the business, which has been fun. He's helped me with some tattoo contest judging and whatnot. So we've been able to have fun, and it all started actually off selling Spartacus a motorcycle years ago.
Yeah, I tell everybody, and it comes off funny because like I have clients that see mine, they're like, "Oh man, that's badass." I'm like, dude, if you're gonna go anywhere, there's only one guy I go to. Like I told you before, it don't feel right buying a bike anywhere else. I can't do it. I got
Well,
homies that offer me bikes. I'm like, go to my guy. Like uh,
it's funny, like situations like this, and we were having this conversation earlier. It's some of the best friends that I have come from the business, and my entrepreneur friends that come and purchase from me and things like that. It all started as a business transaction, which then became a friendship, and it's a thing I train a lot with a lot of the guys here and people that I work with, clients that I work with. Family, occupation, recreation, motivation. If you know how to build that, do form, a lot of them start to become your family. Some of your best friends, they are around for everything, and you got a guy, and then somebody sees tattoos that I'm walking around with, and I'm like, oh, go talk to Spartacus, and somebody sees him riding around on his Harley, he's like, hey, go talk to Lance. So
it's all about cross promotional. I mean, why would you send it anywhere else? Keep it in the family.
yeah, and I
keep
mean, it's
keep that building that relationship with your people. You want to see your homeboys succeed as much as possible. I feel like in this day and age, everybody's so cutthroat that you forget that sense of loyalty and that sense of like, hey, it's business, but it doesn't always have to be strictly business. You can get a little personal and take care of your people that take care of you.
yeah, for sure. I always talk about tattoo artists being the kings of bartering, though, too, man. Y'all have a homie that does something at all times. Like, if you need anything, I'm going to tell you, if I need a plumber, if I need an electrician, if I need somebody to work on my car, I call a tattoo artist because they've got somebody.
Yep.
Like, y'all's clientele, especially good tattoo artists, guys that have been in the game for a long time, have done great business with people that people, respect and love. They're always going to drive the business, and they've always got people that are like taking care of them. You've got a guy for everything.
Oh man, I love it. No matter what, I've always got a homie I can call. I've always got a friend, a client. I tattoo everything from thugs to I've got federal marshals that I tattoo. I've got mechanics. I've got lawyers. Shout out to Chavez.
Yeah, you know,
It's just you meet all walks of life, and I'm sure you do too in your
yeah,
business. You
man,
meet all these different
exactly.
people, and it's good to know everybody. It's good to know somebody and everything. And I always tell people like, why didn't you call me? I got a guy for that. Like, you know.
What's that old? There's a transplant song. Some of my friends sell records. Some of my friends sell drugs. That's like the main part in the song, and
Hmm.
it's so true.
It
It's so true.
happens.
Like, if you look at it and think about it, it's the truest thing in the world. And I mean, that's, yeah, this business. I think a lot of our clientele is the same. We've got doctors, we've got attorneys, we've got dealers. We got it. I mean, you
Yep.
know what they do. You
I
know what they
literally,
do for a
I've
living.
I've had a guy take off 6 guns to get. He's like, hold on, man. And he starts taking off guns. And I'm like, okay. I was like, well, if we're gonna be here for a minute, here. And I took two off of me, so it was like, all right, same, but different. It's super cool. Like I grew up in a shop where literally I had a 357 on the back of my chair at all
You
times.
know what, dude? Troll was that way before Troll passed. It was so funny. There was a situation. I was a kid in the tattoo shop, and a situation happened at the Berry Street shop, and it was actually over a drawing Troll had done for this guy. Didn't take a deposit. They were about to do it. He shows the guy the drawing. The guy goes, "Cool, thanks," and picked it up. Troll goes, "No, no, no, that's my artwork." And he was like, "Well, no, you drew it." And Troll goes, "That's mine until it's on your body.
Yeah.
Until you pay me to put that on your body, that's my artwork." And the kid's like, "I know, I don't get it, man." And started to turn around, and that it, yeah, right
Yeah.
then it came out of the top drawer, and I was like, oh, I remember sitting back like, oh, this is serious. Like, this
Oh,
is
this is a real
this is a
thing.
whole other level of business that I haven't seen yet. I was still young and very, very ignorant to the world, I would say.
Fuck, I had just started at Deep Ellum at a shop that I won't say the name. It was an awesome shop. It was a great shop, fun times. But
That the microphone just heard you.
oh shit.
We'll edit it.
Anyways, we're
Just
sitting
playing. I
there,
won't.
and some dude came in one night, and it's Deep Ellum back in like fuck, way back when.
Yeah.
And wasn't the best of neighborhoods, wasn't the best of times. It was late at night. Dude comes in, acting sketch. We know he's trying to do something. All of a sudden, tries to grab a cash register and just instantly regrets every single every single bit of it.
Oh yeah.
He's on the ground, so we grab the cash register, throw it on the ground, and just presume to beat the shit out of him. Like cops come, hey man, he tried to rob us.
It's a totally different world, man. I mean, even nowadays, tattooing, we all know it's different. We all know it's changed. I talked to the buddies that came up in the '80s and the '90s, and then I started hanging around tattoo shops in the early 2000s, and it would already started to change then compared to the stories they tell me. But it's anything. It's
Oh
this
man,
business, dude. It's this business. Power sports, motorcycles, automobiles, everything changes. It's that 10-year generational flip where something goes different.
it's it. There's so much gatekeeping in tattooing right now, and I'm sure there is in power
Yeah,
sports too.
yeah,
That's just you want to be like I'm considered an elder. I've been doing this for over 20 years, so it's. But I have youngster friends and I have youngster homies that are in it. They've only been in it a year or two, and you see these youngsters come up and it's like, oh, who taught you? And they have a CS on them,
yeah,
Consafos, and
yeah,
that's a big thing for me. Like, because I grew up, I was there when Tony Olivas started, and all these old school guys
yeah.
that made the industry what it is, and to see them have it, and they're like, okay, trace your lineage back. Well, I've got a homeboy that can trace his back to Tony Olivas, so it's like,
Well, dude, thankfully, I will say in Dallas, we still have a lot. You've got a lot of these new school kids coming up, but I mean, guys like Oliver walking around, OG. You got Will Card, OG, and they still act that way. They still support it. It's
yeah.
traditional. They don't want the tradition to change. They do it for the love of the game that they've been doing for so long, for
Well,
so long.
well,
And
it's like
it's the
earlier.
same here. You get a motorcycle dude that comes in like they don't like a lot of the new stuff. It's not their thing. They're not into it. They can kind of respect what it's going to, but then feeding off of that, like being on the business side, like with us, you in a business, me in a business, who'd have ever thought that in 2025 we're competing against computers?
It's crazy.
Like it's terrifying. Like AI, like I'm training these people to talk on the phone better, to take the internet leads better, to do this, but then we can get a whole AI system that's going to try to do it. But you're still not building that personal relationship. And nowadays, somebody can go on to Chat GPT or one of those things and say, "Hey, design me this tattoo." Boom, they've got the
Yeah,
drawing right there, and they take it to an artist. So now you're just the art's
yeah. Now
gone. You're just
you're a
copying a piece of
parrot.
paper. Yeah,
You're a parrot.
it blows my mind. Like that old school form of somebody walking in saying, "Hey, this is what I want," and then you build it. Same with the motorcycle. Then we build it.
Well, like one of the generation things that I had to go through was when the iPad came in.
Yeah,
Everybody switched to iPads. It was all digital drawing, and there's so many like badass advances that helps an artist with.
yeah,
But at the same time, if you let it do too much, it just cripples you.
yeah,
And there's no interaction anymore. Like you said, there's no. You're relying on a machine to come up with something that an artist has. That I mean, we are the machine. We're the intuitive, creative beings that come up with the things that exceed your expectations every time.
yeah,
Or at least that's what we try to do.
yeah, for sure. It's wild, man. It's a crazy world, but I just wanted to sit down, talk with you briefly, kind of get some little scoop on you, scoop on me, so people know. So Spartacus is in the middle of getting him a pod going, got some YouTube stuff working, some really cool deals, man. We were just sitting here talking about some ideas that I'm stoked to see the future. So when that all hits for him, we'll be sharing it here. Like I said, Streetwise Coach is entrepreneurs, business people, hardworking individuals, having the conversations with other hard individuals that have come up a little rough but made it in life and been hustling and grinding and making things work. So when he gets it popping, I'll share all the links. What's your Instagram?
I've got two. I've got Spartacus tattoos and I think Spartacus tattoo.
Tattoo and tattoos.
Yeah, or Spartacus dot tattoos. Spartacus tattoos.
So look him up on there, get to finding him.
Sweet.
He's going to be dropping stuff soon, so it's really exciting. So we've
Definitely
already
keep an eye
talked to
out.
him. We're going to shoot a pod while he's tattooing me, so that'll be pretty sick, and we'll have a conversation on there, and we'll get it shared with you. So thanks for dropping by, dude.
Thanks for having me on, bro.